My name is Gypsy Lou Love. We are going to be doing all zodiacs for their true emotions. This is actually part 2. If you are looking for zodiacs, Aries, Scorpio, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Leo, or Capricorn, please go find part 1. My phone died. So this is part 2, in which we will be doing the rest of the zodiac signs. I will try to put the link for part 1 in the description if you're looking for one of those signs. Okay? Now, guys, please be sure to take what you need from the reading, and leave the rest for someone else. If you guys need to book me for a reading, I would never reach out to you, but if you need to reach out to me, you can always use the link that's going to be in the description of this video or the link that's over in my bio. All of my readings are done same day or within 24 hours of you booking. Yeah, all of my private readings are done same day or within 24 hours. Okay, let's see. The first zodiac that we're starting out with here is Cancer. Cancer, you are first for part 2. We are going to start Cancer at 1:45. Okay, Spirit, what do you have for Cancer? Hello, Cancer. Thank you so much for clicking this video. We are about to tap in to see what it is, like what are their true emotions. Please be sure to take what you need. If you are a Cancer or you are cross-watching for a Cancer, please be sure to take what you need and leave the rest for someone else. All right, Spirit, what do we have here for their true emotions? Heart fog, mixed signals, blocked emotions, and messed up. Withdrawn, single, lonely, and solitary. I feel like someone, of course, is away in separation from you, but there's still some lingering emotions that they don't know what to do with or that they have yet to like heal. Give me one more card here, please, Spirit. Rejection. These lingering emotions could be them wanting to reconcile, could be them wanting to have another go, but fear of being rejected here says rejection, dismissed, and irrational fear. So Cancer, their true emotions, or, vice versa, put yourself here in sign C. It seems as if someone, I feel like they secretly, still want to reconcile with someone, but they haven't said anything about it because their fear of being rejected. We have heart fogged here. All right, so we're going to tap in and see what this is about. Cancer, let's see. What are their true emotions? Hi. I'm working on forgiving what I can't forget. Okay. I'm working on forgiving what I can't forget. Clarify withdrawn, single, lonely, and solitary. I'm changing my life for you. It feels right. So someone is definitely contemplating a reconciliation here. Even though they're fearful of rejection, they're still making the necessary changes anyway. So that I feel like that's good. that's good. Clarify rejection here, please. Clarify rejection. The way that you look at me turns me on. Yeah. The way that you look at me turns me on. All right. Let's see. So I feel like this person, like I'm hearing like considering that they obviously admire like you, or they want your admiration. So with this rejection, it's like they don't want to disappoint you, I feel, you know? All right, it says heart fog. I'm working on forgiving what I can't forget. You too, Selena. Thank you for joining, love. I'm working on forgiving what I can't forget. Please, what are their true emotions behind this? Ooh, drinking, toxic lifestyle. Okay, so this could be you. This could be them. Someone that could have been, you know, alcoholic or had some substance abuse, some type of addiction problems or something of that nature. They could be like going through that now, you know, trying to heal, trying to work on, trying to forgive, coping mechanisms. I'm changing my life for you. It feels right. So this could definitely be of significance here. Okay. Married. You guys could be married, or this person is thinking about marriage. If you guys are already married, somebody is finally, you know, open to this energy. They're not rejecting it. They're not wanting to be rejected now that they're finally coming around. So let's see. Clarify, the way that you look at me turns me on. Pop the question. Pop the question. Okay, so obviously, for those of you that aren't already married, they are thinking about marriage. For those of you that are already married to this person, you know. All right, Spirit. So what's needed here? What's needed in the end, or what can bring this together, or what's the final determination? What's needed? What's needed, Spirit? Clarify drinking and toxic lifestyle. Avoidance is the issue. Important conversations are being delayed. What is avoided now will resurface later with more weight. Clarify married. This cannot progress as is. Current patterns prevent advancement. Change is necessary. It literally says, I'm changing my life for you. It feels right. All right. Clarify, pop the question, please, Spirit. Pop the question. We have allow things to settle. Not every moment calls for resolution. Some answers arrive after the emotions quiet down. All right. So with you guys being withdrawn, you know, with you guys being in separation, someone was really able to see through that heart fog and realize that this connection or having a connection with you is going to be like the best thing, like what's best for them in the next chapter of their life. It's going to be something that they want to do, to have a relationship, to have a connection, you know. So expect more heart-to-heart conversations about all that transpired between the two of you guys, for deepening in the connection. This person is going to come to you, and I do want to let you know, like, they do have like a fear of rejection, so be mindful of that, or, you know, it really just depends on like what stance you're watching from. But let's see who's next. Who's next? At 9 minutes, we have Pisces. Hello, Pisces. We're starting you at 9 minutes. Pisces, thank you for clicking this video. If you could be a Pisces, or you could be cross-watching for Pisces. Please be sure to take what you need and leave the rest for someone else. Clarify, please, Spirit. Confessions, unveiling, coming clean, messages. Hopeless, sinking, despair, and falling apart. Clarify. ecstasy, chasing thrills, excitement, and a good time. So, ooh, Pisces, I feel like I'm picking up on liquid courage actually. I might want to use that deck. But I feel like someone is going to come to you in a, I'm hearing, I'm at the preacher's door, my knees getting weak and my gun might blow, but we gonna be all right. A Gemini could be of significance, but someone, I feel like they need you, or vice versa. Put yourself in your assigned seat. They're gonna be confessing something to you under the influence because that is the only way they know how to confess this heavy energy. You know, when they're sober, I feel, or when they're not under any type of influences or something like that, I feel like their pride and ego doesn't let them be as open and honest about what it is that they're going through behind closed doors. So when they are on this trip, they're going to tell you something. Like they're going to be open and honest with you about something. And there's a need for you to hear this cry for help. I feel that it is really. So let me just see what this is about. What are their true emotions here, Spirit? And I'm actually feeling guided to use liquid courage. And this is the only... hold on. Just give me... Like, not even for the drinking. It's for this one that I feel liquid courage is like... What do you have to say? I fear needing you. My love is simple. You make it hard. Loving you has changed the way I love myself. You made me feel seen and then looked away. We have this here with I fear needing you. My love is simple. You make it hard. I miss you, but I need space to think clearly. We have this here with hopeless. My love is simple. You make it hard. I feel like someone's love could have been simple because they were expecting some type of bare minimum energy. You know, simple doesn't actually mean, effective. Loving you has changed the way I love myself. If you don't validate me, I will overthink. Yeah. So you open this person up to a quality of love that they have yet to experience. And they know that they need more of it, but they don't want to be like a leech or a parasite on your energy. This person doesn't know how to... It's like someone being fond of your love and knowing that they need more of it and not knowing how to give it to themselves. It's like it says you made me feel seen and then looked away. Probably because you have other things in your life that they want to feel seen, but they don't. I feel like they want to see themselves the way that you see them, Pisces. They want to love themselves the way that you love them. They don't know how to love themselves unconditionally or something like that. And they need you to teach them. I'm hearing, show me the way to surrender my heart. Girl, I'm so lost. Teach me how to love. Okay. How I can get my emotions involved. Okay, now, it says I fear needing you. You made me feel seen and then looked away. Backstab. Wow. Pain, betrayal. We have pain, cheating, deception, mind games, and love bomb. It really hurt this fool. Yeah, of course, this person is experiencing a level of hurt that they've never experienced before because were simultaneously experiencing a level of love or a depth of love that they had yet to reach. So you might be voluntarily or involuntarily, taking someone to their highest peak and also to their lowest. Like you have full control, mind control over Debo, Pisces. And this, I just don't think you realize how much this person They're hooked. It says, I fear needing you, but I feel like they fear how much they need you. Like they need you a lot. And if they don't have you, they're taking it as a direct betrayal. And it's codependent, like it's past codependent, Pisces. You need to read between the lines with this and really see it or hear it for what it is, or see it for what it is. What you do with that information is entirely up to you. I don't know this person and their mental state, but if you can encourage them to get the help that they need, I would recommend that you do that, because it's not your job to do this for this person. But it is a good thing that they had someone that cared about them enough to do it. It says, my love is simple. You make it hard. It says, I miss you, but I need space to think clearly. Just because their love was simple does not mean that it was effective. Someone had grown used to accepting or expecting bare minimum energy from others and even from self. So firestorm, karma, drama, endings, loss, and mental breakdown. I feel like this is someone realizing that they have been playing small like for a long time. A long time. It was projected energy, or it was inherited energy, or they just were never taught, to dream bigger. It says, loving you has changed the way I love myself. If you don't validate me, I will overthink. Clarify this, please, Spirit. Under pressure, anxiety, time's running out, decisions. Something might be, I'm hearing out of your hands. I'm hearing it's out of my hands. Something might be out of your hands. And the best thing that you can do is really encourage this person to get the help that they really need. Pisces, because it's getting, it's already down. You know how there's like, we have green, we got green, yellow, we got yellow, we got yellow, red, and we got red. I feel like this is in the yellow red area, and it's a matter of time. It's right there on the precipice of being in full blown red flag. You feel me? So, if you can encourage this person, I can see that they're at the edge of that cliff. I can see that they are being guided to take a leap of faith, but they're thinking that you're gonna be their parachute, and you're not. It's their faith and their courage that's supposed to take them over that edge. So if they do take that leap and they fall flat on their face, it is no one to blame, or there is no blame. There's just life and lessons to learn. But if they take that leap of faith and they fly, they know exactly where it came from. It's like their own personal self-worth needs to be based off of their own personal self, as opposed to you putting this in the bank for them. Now, what's needed here, Spirit? Damn, Pisces, this was long. I didn't expect it to be this long. Backstab is here. Control needs to be released. Managing outcomes, limit authenticity, allow space for honest communication. Firestorm is here. Clarify this, please. Trust needs rebuilding. What was damaged cannot be ignored. Transparency and consistency are required to restore trust. Clarify under pressure. Intentions must align. Desire without shared direction creates confusion. Alignment is required for progress. Pisces, thank you so much. If you guys would like to book me for a reading, please be sure to use the link in the description of this video, or the link that's in my bio. All of my private readings are done same day, 24-hour turnaround. Okay? Who's next? That was pretty long. I wasn't expecting it to be that long. Taurus. Taurus, we're starting you at 1940. Hello, Taurus. Thank you so much for clicking this video. Please remember to like the video. You could be a Taurus, or you could be cross-watching for a Taurus. Please take what you need and leave the rest for someone else. Oh, thank you, Ronnie. Thank you so much for watching, love. I appreciate you. Taurus, let's see what you need. Let's see what are their true emotions. What are their true emotions here, Spirit? Soulmates. All right, now, Taurus. So we have soulmates here. Excuse me, sorry. Deep love, unity, and connection. Emotional storm. It says turmoils, unstable and affected. Divine masculine. Okay, so there could be a masculine that your significant other could be going through an emotional storm, which is the feminine, or vice versa. You could be the feminine and the divine masculine is going through an emotional storm. But let's see how this is all playing out. Let's see what's the vibe, what's the energy here, Spirit. Please click. Oh, it's all, everything is spilling. So, yeah, that is definitely, everything is spilling out everywhere. Let's see what this is about. I'm here. It's out of someone's control. They can't control their emotions right now. This emotional storm is so true. Like, it's out of their control. It's like the weather. They have no control over the weather. The weather. I'm hearing what's that? The sister in Encanto, where she controlled the weather, and sometimes when she was so angry, that's what I'm getting here. But soulmates, clarify this, please, Spirit. I miss you in ways I never knew possible. I miss you in ways I never knew possible. Clarify. Emotional storm, Spirit. Emotional storm. I love the tension between us. So, the tension could definitely create some very passionate intimacy, but it definitely, the passionate intimacy that's enhanced takes away from the emotional intimacy that's needed the most. So you guys could be, the passion could be on 1,000 or something of that nature. You guys could be right next to each other and still so very far apart. And that is the unfortunate part of all of this, is because there's something, even with all of that passion, even with all of that intense passion, there's still something very, very sacred that is missing from it. Clarify divine masculine. I only know how to give love. I don't know how to accept it. All right. Let's see what's going on here, Spirit. Clarify. I miss you in ways I never knew possible. Feelings. You have this person, of course, that's your soulmate, feels they've never felt. Okay, you have quite literally activated the advanced level of love. The advanced level. Everything is so much more potent. Okay. Everything is bigger in Texas. I don't know. That's what I'm hearing. That's what could be. Some of you guys could be from Texas or something. All right. Clarify. I love the tension. I love the tension between us, but you know that only gets, it only takes someone deeper into this darkness, this trap. The intense passion is not shared with emotional intimacy. The deeper you guys get into that intense passion, the further you get away from emotional intimacy. And and the emotional intimacy is what keeps the soulmates aligned and connected, and the telepathic communication potent and strong, and so on and so forth. The intense passion is just a plus to the emotional intimacy. I only know how to give love. I don't know how to accept it. Clarify this, please, Spirit. Heartbreak. Okay, so this could be the divine masculine that is going through something right now, you know, and though they might very much well be yearning, or, you know, they could be lustful, you know, they could be using sexual energy as a way to cope. It's not helping. It's actually making it worse, you know. So you guys will have to incorporate something more into this. I don't know the circumstances and if cutting cold turkey is going to do what that's going to do, or if that's going to help or worsen, but some type of emotional intimacy needs to happen before or after, maybe even during, so that it can be addressed. Now, you don't have to do anything at all. Where's the fun in that? No. Don't listen to that part. Let's see. The whole point is about making it true and making it real. Hi, Maya. If you want to listen back, this Taurus reading started at 1940, love. Clarify feelings, please. It says, change must be visible. Promises without proof are insufficient. Actions confirm intent. Clarify emotional storm and trap, please, Spirit. Listen for what is not being said. Silence often communicates more than words. Pay attention to patterns, not explanations. You know, this person needs, even though they only know how to express this energy in this manner, that is not actually what they need. And I don't feel like they know how to channel this energy in a different way. I don't feel like they know how to, you know, just yet. The level of vulnerability that is needed, or the safety for the vulnerability that's needed, is lacking, and it needs to be enhanced. It's not impossible. It's very possible, but it needs to start now. Priorities are misaligned. What is not prioritized will eventually fade, and you don't want, that's exactly what you do not want. Attention reveals true commitment. So you do not want the soulmate bond, the soul connection, to fade away and be smothered out, I feel, by intense passion, because that does not last. All right. I love you guys lots. If you would like to book me for a reading, all of my private readings are done same day or within a 24-hour turnaround. Please be sure to use the link in the description of this video, or the link that's over in my bio. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Next we have Virgo. Virgo, we're starting you at 29 minutes. Hello, Virgo. Thank you so much for joining. We are going to be tapping into their true emotions. Okay, you could be a Virgo. You could be cross-watching for a Virgo. Take what you need. Okay, take what you need and leave the rest for someone else. Spirit, what are the true emotions for Virgo? What are the true emotions for Virgo, Spirit? Oh, we got two. We got conflict, clashing, differences, and incompatibility. Perspective, better off, happiness, and clear headspace. Okay. I feel like you guys realized that the constant bickering and arguing was not going to fix anything, and that boundaries really needed to be established for both parties to, you know, like I'm picking up on individuality. I'm picking up on authentic energy. Maybe you and this person have been together for some time, and your auric field meshed together. You guys became one. Literally, it's only you guys aren't supposed to stay one forever. It's about your ability to continue to choose to come back to one another that keeps y'all together. But y'all may have become codependent or something like that on each other. So this separation or this individual perspective maybe is what was best. So let's see what's happening here. Clarify this perspective, please. One day, now that you guys are separated, you guys might be questioning if, or and maybe even when is the right time to come back around, and if you even want to in the first place. So let's see, Spirit. Does this person, what's going on? Because I do see better off. So what's happening? Are these two people still compatible or what? What's happening next here? What are their true emotions? What's going on, Spirit? Clarify conflict, please. Why are they fighting? I apologize when it wasn't my fault, just to keep the peace. So someone doesn't feel heard. The other person doesn't feel understood, maybe. Okay? That's okay. It says, I apologized when it wasn't my fault, just to keep the peace. And that didn't work. Swallowing your emotions to make someone else happy only builds resentment and confusion. Clarify perspective, better off, happiness, and clear headspace, please. I ghost when I don't feel in control. And to be honest, I don't think this person was trying to I feel like they were trying to control themselves. Trying to control themselves, trying to do everything that they could to keep the peace, even if that meant controlling themselves in a sense of not, I'm hearing tit for tat or not going back and forth or something of that nature. Instead of them saying what's on their heart and being open and honest, this person will ghost, they'll disappear, they'll act as if nothing, they'll come back, I'm sorry, as if nothing happened or something like that. Let me see. I ghost when I don't feel in control. Give me some more for this, please. It says one day, someday, somewhere, another time. I stayed where I wasn't happy because it felt familiar. Yeah. Yep. So now that you guys are in separation, I don't know if someone is looking to reconcile here. Maybe somewhere later on down the line when you guys are a bit more mature and can really talk about what happened or what broke you guys up in the first place. Confirmation burp, but let me see. It says, I apologize when it wasn't my fault, just to keep the peace. Okay, what did you really feel? What was hidden beneath that apology? No strings. They did not love you anymore. Vice versa. That could have been what the argument was about. I feel like you don't care. I feel like you don't love me. I feel like you're not here. I feel like this and I feel like that. The other person's like, I'm here right now. I'm right in your face. No, I hate arguing with those types of people. But the simple fact of the matter is someone could feel the disconnect within this connection. Okay? It says no strings here. This is what was being hidden behind the apology was the fact that the love was lost. And they didn't know how to cut ties with this. They didn't know how to walk away from it or feel secure after walking away. They might have guilt tripped themselves into staying. They might have, they said that they apologized to keep the peace and, so on and so forth. Clarify, I ghost when I don't feel in control. Ooh. Workplace affair. You cheat. And this is, I feel like I'm reading someone personal. Like, I feel like I'm in somebody's personal business. um, I stayed where I wasn't happy because it felt familiar. Because the question that keeps repeating over and over to me is, why didn't you leave? Because it felt familiar. They did not leave because it felt familiar. And it's just that simple. They didn't want to start over with someone new. They didn't want someone to learn, how to do this for them. How do they like their eggs? I know how you like his eggs. They didn't want to start over with someone new. So they decided to stay where they weren't happy, and then still stepped out to fulfill certain needs. So this is a little bit, I want to have my cake and eat it too, if you ask me. Because in one sentence you say you stayed where you weren't happy because it felt familiar, but you felt free enough to do this, which means you could have channeled that energy in another way, but you made a conscious decision not to do that. You made a conscious decision to play house or something like that. Listen, this situation, Virgo, is sticky. I stayed where I wasn't happy because it felt familiar. Please clarify mirroring. They felt like you maybe did the same thing, Virgo, vice versa. Like you also weren't happy. You also stayed out of familiarity. Like y'all both trauma bonded off of this fact of familiarity. If not you, then where else? And then you have the where else. And it's like, well, what the fuck? Come on, guys. Let's see, Spirit. Clarify the no strings here, please. Consistency is required. Love progresses through repeated action, not promises or apologies. Not promises. Without consistency, this connection cannot deepen. Clarify workplace affair. This cannot be carried alone. One-sided effort leads to imbalance and resentment. Shared responsibility is necessary. Clarify mirroring, please. Slow down the process. Rushing clarity can create confusion. Move at a pace that feels grounded. So, it seems like, how can I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but if I were to sum it up, you cannot make someone love you that just doesn't love you. If you guys are going to stay together out of familiarity, take the expectation of love off of the table until it is represented. There is no point in continuing to expect yourself or your partner to live up to the expectation of love if you know for a fact that's not where your relationship is at. You feel me? Especially if you're going to stay. Let's take as much that you cannot control off of the table. Can't even worry about that right now. The best thing that you can do is this, as we said, is focus on what you can change, loving yourself more. If you are in a space and place where you feel like you have to keep pleading with somebody to love you, it's probably because you yourself is lacking self-love. Okay, so there is a lot that's happening there, my love. There is a lot. If you guys need to book me for private readings, my private readings are done same day, 24-hour turnaround. You can use the link in my bio, or you can use the link in the description of this video. All right. Thank you, Virgo. That was another long one. Another long one. I didn't expect to be that long. And who's the last one? Oh, Sagittarius. All right, Sag. We are starting you at 40. 40 minutes. Hello. Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for watching this video, clicking this video. You could be a Sagittarius or you are cross-watching for a Sagittarius. Please be sure to take what you need and leave the rest for someone else. Okay? Let's see, what are the love messages for Sag at this time? Spirit, what are their true emotions for Sagittarius? What are their true emotions for Sagittarius? Clarify. Make it clear, please. Oh. Resistance, secret admirer, suppressing, and timid. Second chance, reconciliation, making amends, opportunity. So you have a secret admirer that's not so secret, or not so... You have a secret admirer, but I think you know exactly who this is, Sagittarius. I think you know exactly who this is. Longing, craving, aching, and wanting. You know, you could even be, yearning for this person in some way, shape, or form as well. But let's tap in to see. Someone is definitely wanting, longing for a second chance with you, but they're holding back. They're not speaking up. They're not saying it. They're just withholding. But I'm here to tap into that withheld energy. I'm here to tap into what they are suppressing, the emotions that they are suppressing. I'm going to pull it right out of them. Now, resistance. It says secret admirer, suppressing, and timid. I knew I was hurting. You knew I was hurting and you did it anyway. You knew I was hurting and you did it anyway. So this person feels like you did something that, like you did something to hurt. Like I'm picking up on like sticking the knife in deeper or something of that nature. Like you knew this person was going through something and you still decided to take some type of action. You still decided to leave. You still decided to, do X, Y, and Z. This person... This could be why they're resisting, is because they feel like you hurt them, but they still want you. I don't know how to move on from you. Yeah, they feel like Sagittarius, they feel like you hurt them, but they still want you. They don't know how to move on from you. Clarify longing, craving, aching, and wanting. I feel like someone wants to forgive, but like they don't know how, they're feeling guided to forgive, but their ego is I feel like is not really letting them. Their heart and their intuition are guiding them. Their heart wants you, longing, craving, aching, wanting. Their intuition is pulling them toward you to forgive, but their ego is not letting them. I can't. Look. It says, I can't just pretend it didn't happen. I'm telling you, Sagittarius. No, because why did that just pop up? I'm cracking up. No. It says, I can't just pretend it didn't happen. They don't know how to forgive. Like, they feel like they have to forgive and forget. It's not about forgiving and forgetting. It's about forgiving and trusting again. Trusting that someone can see how their actions have hurt you and will do everything in their power to prevent themselves from doing that again. Trust that this person actually has your best interest at heart. Trust. All right, Sag, let's see. It says, you knew I was hurting and you did it anyway. What did they do? What did they do that hurt this person? Or what did it, what did it for them, Spirit? Legal matters, you separated from them. It says divorce, property, criminal, paternity, traffic ticket, something of that nature. You could have divorced this person. You could have walked away from this person. You could have set healthy boundaries. You could have got a restraining order. You know, something of that. You could have separated y'all's, Jesus Christ, a separation or something. There was some type of legal matters, whether it be in the 3D or spiritually speaking. Something is going on here. I'm also hearing like switched up, like you chose criminal, like you, I don't know, like you chose, I don't know what that's about, but put yourself here, assigned seat. I'm hearing you chose the other side. So I don't know. It says, I don't know how to move on from you. Clarify that. Fed up. They're so mad at themselves for still loving you. Their ego is so disappointed in them for still loving you, for still wanting you, for still craving you, making. They are so fed up with themselves for still wanting you, Sagittarius. So be mindful of that because they'll punish you for still loving you. And that's never a good thing. They'll punish you for still loving them. It says, I can't just pretend it didn't happen. They'll feel obligated to go out of their way and be your karma. And we don't need that energy. Clarify, Sagittarius. I can't just pretend it didn't happen. Love, hate. You see what I'm saying? 2 cards came out here. It says wish. I don't know if this person wishes it didn't happen. If they wish they could forgive you all the way. If they wish, you know, they love, hate is what I'm picking up from this. You know, it's a fine line between those two. And somebody, I feel like they teeter-totter, or I'm like picking up on like a tightrope or something, like they're I don't know. I don't like it, Sag. Clarify legal matters here, please. What's needed? What's needed for this legal matters? It says divorce, property, criminal, paternity. Okay. Child support and traffic ticket. Effort must be mutual. One person cannot carry the relationship alone. Balance is required for progress. This person has to want to, they have to work toward it. They have to want to work toward forgiving you. They have to want to work toward accepting you. They have to want to work toward embracing the love that they have for you, and so on and so forth. They're resistant to wanting it, all while they long and yearn. Tricky place to be. Clarify, fed up. Effort without change is futile. Trying harder without evolving behavior will not resolve this. Trying harder without evolving behavior will not resolve this. Clarify love, hate, please, Spirit. Follow through is required. Intentions mean little without action. Reliability builds security. Intentions mean little without action. Reliability builds security. Sagittarius, these are their true emotions. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Sagittarius, for allowing me in your energy. If you guys would like to book me for a private reading, all of my private readings are done same day or 24-hour turnaround. Please be sure to use the link in the description of this video or the link that's over in my bio. Okay, if you are looking for any of these signs, Aries, Scorpio, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Leo, or Capricorn, please find part 1 in the description of this video. My phone died and I came back to finish the Zodiacs. Okay, yes, guys, love you lots. I might be back on here later. I don't know. Bye-bye.